Dun 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 dun. Son of a. Come with me for a minute, please. Yeah, it's the living room. Here we go. Yes, it's the bathroom. Here we go. This is a little bit different, I guess. Alright, now we're talking about Return of the Jedi, whatever. So, yes, Return of the Jedi, my second favorite of the franchise. I know, Scotty, what are you thinking? Well, I'll give you the reasons why. Okie dokie. So, much like the last one, I'm going to do kind of the good, bad thing. So let's start with the good. First of all, the story. Taking out the front part with Jabba's palace. I'll get to that. The idea that it would lead to this kind of conclusion. Luke would have to face his father. They would have to battle something big again. Did it have to be a second Death Star? Probably not. If anything, it should have been like the Emperor's big ship. You know. But they built a second Death Star. That's fine. And Luke's journey. Okay? He goes from... Now, while I don't like what they do with Yoda in this movie, it does push Luke forward. You know, Yoda dies, and he talks to Ben out there in the log or whatever, and then he goes and he does his journey. He faces his father, and that's what it's all about. The Ewoks. I don't mind them. Some people hate the Ewoks. I thought they're okay. It's like Jar Jar. Nothing wrong with them. They're going to be on this forest moon. There's got to be some indigenous creatures, right? Ewoks. Essentially, though, the Empire is toppled by furry little bears, but you know what? The Republic, whatever they are, the good guys have to have some backup, right? So, why not have the fuzzy little creatures? And the battle that Luke has with his father. Another lightsaber battle. He's well more prepared because he's now fully Jedi Knight after his training. Even though he doesn't return to Dagobah till this. Because I always assumed that after he went to help his friends, he didn't go back until this movie. But he's a Jedi Knight now, fully Jedi. So maybe he did go back. I don't know. Maybe he unlocked his true potential when he was in Empire Strikes Back. But who knows? Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. I'm so sorry. Shit. Shit. And my mind went somewhere for a second, and now I can't remember what I was talking about. Which this was a live stream. Hey, it was a the final battle, right? Or the Emperor is kind of, and it mirrors the battle between Anakin and Dooku in Revenge of the Sith. Think about it. Other than Obi-Wan Kenobi getting his ass whooped, You got the Emperor in the middle there, and the two others fighting each other, right? And he even tells Luke to finish him, and he doesn't. He takes Vader's hand, and Vader fulfills the prophecy he was supposed to as Anakin Skywalker, and he kills the Emperor. He stops the Empire until the First Order comes along later, but he stops the Empire. He was destined to do. That's the one thing you gotta remember, is that through all this, Anakin still did what he was prophesied to do. Because I presented an argument when the third one came out, when Revenge of the Sith came out. Yeah. And I said, well, they were wrong. Luke was the one that he was to father the son who would topple the Empire. And I think it was my mom said, no, who killed the Emperor? And I said, well, Darth Vader. Oh. So they were right. Why Samuel L. Jackson had to die, I don't know why. But here we are. And the end scene. Now, this is both a positive and a negative, so I'll cover it as both. First of all, the idea of the Force Ghosts being there on Endor, honoring Luke and Leia, and after they've, saved the planet, saved the galaxy, it's great. Wonderful. And the original version, you see Obi-Wan Kenobi there, Alec Guinness is Obi-Wan Kenobi, you got a little puppet, Yoda, and then you got Sebastian Shaw as Anakin Skywalker. When, they take the mask off earlier, it's Sebastian Shaw. That's who you have. Well, because we gotta have continuity, and Lucas can't stop fucking with the movies. You gotta digitally add Hayden, I do not like Sand, Christensen, in there. When I first saw this, I was like, okay, yeah, makes sense. It does make sense. But, much like taking Tamara Morrison's voice and using that for not only Boba Fett now, but all the voices of the Stormtroopers. I believe they do that. Maybe not. But I know at least they do it for Boba Fett. Whenever he does speak. It erases what the original actor did. With Sebastian Shaw and the guy who originally did the voice for Boba Fett. See? My point exactly. I don't know who did the voice for Boba Fett. Sebastian Shaw, I know, because I looked it up on Wikipedia. And I didn't look up that one for some reason. Because, I looked at Wikipedia like a couple years ago and I don't remember the name. But still, the fact that they decided to, I understand, keep continuity, but then it erases what those actors did, except for the physical work for Sebastian Shaw earlier. I do have one more good, actually. But otherwise, the ending scene, I prefer the happy endings. I'm sorry, I do. It's it makes sense. Now, I have one more good thing. And I don't know if it's good or... It's probably mixed. When they have to assemble the team to go to Endor. Luke, Leia, the droids. They go there and... Lando gets the Falcon with Nien Nunb. I think I'm saying that right. And the way that Han looks when they're taking off, the look in his eyes, his face, is concern. Not for Lando. You couldn't give two shits about Lando. But for the Falcon. The Falcon is his most precious thing he's ever had. And if Solo is in that continuity, then that means that he has the most love for something he won in a card game. But he's had that for how long? Depending on when Solo takes place and when, this takes place, between how many years it's been there. Depends on how old Aiden Einreich is and how old Harrison Ford was when he did Return of the Jedi. But, that scene always gets me when I see him. Just look at it with that. And even now, it kind of gets me going like, it would have been a positive, but now that Solo is in there, I kind of go, he won that in the game of cards, and he cheated to do it, but he loves that thing so much. Not Chewie, his best friend, who's been by his side the whole time. Not Leia, who's right next to him, admittedly, and they kissed later, but even in Empire Strikes Back, when she said, "I love you," his response, which works for Han, "I know." And he goes down. For the Falcon, he nearly sheds a tear. I'm just saying. It's mixed. More negatives. The whole opening. I love Jabba's palace. The original version. The original, unaltered version of Jabba's palace. With the little puppet, little thing guy going like this, ding, 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 ding. Fat, the chicks going around dancing. That version. Not, way, why, did they die, what is that? No. There are certain things that Lucas needed to update. The space fighting scenes. The scenes in which the speeders are going around. Maybe some of the lightsaber battles. The one thing I noticed in Empire Strikes Back that I didn't mention here. The Tauntaun, alright? He does all this unnecessary CGI stuff. Admitting the Empire is the one that he did the least with. And it shows. Because he does all the CGI stuff, adds a mouth to the Sarlacc pit, as, CGI, adds a bunch of CGI worlds at the end of this. We free! Ja-ja! But Empire Strikes Back has that shot where Luke turns to go see what the meteor is, and he goes to Tauntaun, and it's still like claymation, stop motion animation. That's where you put the CGI. But you keep that as stop motion. Yeah. Stuff like putting Ian McDiarmid as a replacement in Empire Strikes Back, which I forgot to talk about. Originally in Empire Strikes Back, it was a woman with a bunch of different clothes and someone doing a voiceover. Well, now they've photoshopped Ian McDiarmid in to play the Emperor because of his continuity. And while it makes sense, Ian McDiarmid doesn't look like he did in Return of the Jedi. And I felt like they could have used more CGI to make him look younger. Like now if they did it, he would look just like he did back then. I mean, it worked with zombie Tarkin and fish eyes. Well, the Tarkin was better. They did Tarkin in Revenge of the Sith and he looked better. Zombie Peter Cushing. Yeah, Zombie Peter Cushing. But yeah, just like touch up what needs to be touched up, not what you want to touch up. Adding Jabba in, kind of going all over the place with the original trilogy touch-ups, but this is the place to do it. So, adding Jabba in A New Hope, Star Wars, whatever you want to call it, in the original one. While a good idea, CGI in 1997 was not the best. It looks terrible compared to the puppet you have in Return of the Jedi. Now, I remember liking the original Jabba's palace scene. But I realized watching it this time, you get all the CGI stuff in there. It's just, it's longer. I swear it's longer because you got it stops for that song. It stops for that. Or the other one, and it just moved by to push the story forward. This one stops the story to do a dance scene that's unnecessary. Now, the rescue scene is fine. Then we get the Sarlacc pit escape. That's fine. I think that's fine. The fat guy. I don't know who he is, so let's call him the fat guy. Much like Han, almost crying over the Falcon. He fights, when Luke fights that monster, the Rancor, and he kills him with the door, right? The fat guy that walks in and just, it's like he lost his child. And as a father, I'm like, oh, poor fat guy. I don't know what else to call him, but fat guy. Oh, poor fat guy. But that's one of the only things I like about this new version of him. And they did the mouth thing. And Boba Fett. Badass motherfucker. Boba Fett. What are you gonna do? After that, we get the standard setup, that stuff. What else is there that I don't like? Pretty much it, I think. Was there more? Well, like I said, was it necessary to have another Death Star? No. You could have had something else like, and the Emperor had, you could have wrote that the Emperor has a bigger ship. Something that can destroy entire planets. That makes more sense than another Death Star, which they already destroyed one. This one, is going to be more powerful. Well, still didn't work. And I want to talk about this because it's in Clerks and it makes sense. When they destroyed the first Death Star, it was already built. Destroy it, boom, fine, all bad guys, right? This time, they were in the process of rebuilding. So you gotta think they're like independent contractors, people building it. Innocent people dead. Yeah, long live the Rebel Alliance. Oh, now I finally get it. Long live the Rebel Alliance. And we killed a bunch of innocent people they were employed by the Empire, but still they're innocent people. Yay. Just wanted to point that out. Other than that, anything else that's bad? Kind of already pointed out the end part. Oh, I already kind of mentioned this. Well, another one too, I guess. We'll start with this one then. Yoda's death. You introduce him in Empire Strikes Back. He's the greatest character in Empire Strikes Back. He's in the prequels, fine. But at the time, there were no prequels. So you introduced this character in Empire Strikes Back. The best character in Empire Strikes Back in Star Wars so far. Man, he's gonna die in this one. Why? I don't know. Leave a legacy? It just, when 900 years old, you be. Just dies. I've never liked that. I'm like, why did they kill off Yoda? It makes no sense. Luke, he even said he still had more training. But, lo and behold, Yoda dies. Maybe they didn't want to pay Frank Oz for more time, or they didn't want to spend money for more puppetry, just a little bit there. I don't know. But he's gone. And now the Luke and Leia's brother-sister angle. Now look. I already mentioned in the previous one about the kiss. This one, it's just, how can I talk about this? Because I have a sister myself, so it's kind of difficult. But, okay, they didn't plan for Leia to be his sister. There's going to be another character who's going to come in, but they just changed it to make it to be Leia to be more, convenient. But that messes things up massively. One, you done had them kiss in the last film. You put this love triangle since, the first one and then this one, and all of a sudden, oh, it's Luke's sister. And they just accept it. They just accept it. There was this sexual tension between them. This, this little love triangle, right? And then they just accept it. Like, I understand the Force moves through Luke and Leia. So when Luke is told that he has a sister, Leia is my sister. He can feel it in the Force. And when he tells Leia, I believe she says that somehow she's always known. Why the hell did you kiss him then? If you somehow always knew he was your brother, why the hell did you kiss him? Makes no sense. And then, Darth Vader, a sister. He knew. He figured it out. And then when she tells Han's like, oh, I think we'd be very happy together. And then she's like, he's my brother. He's like, your brother? And they kiss. And another kiss. And he doesn't question it anymore. And I remembered one more thing. While thinking about this. I just forgot it again. I remembered it again. But, yeah, the brother-sister thing didn't make any sense. Now, one last thing that I don't like. No! They do that in episode 3. And here, once again, George Lucas unnecessarily added the no when he throws the Emperor over the side. No! I'm going to say that's just stupid. So, that's my review. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I almost edited it. I'm like, wait, this is not a TV show. I got to give it an actual... Give it a nope. I give it a 7 out of 10. Decent. Wait, it's my second favorite, and I gave it a worse score than Return of the Jedi? Fuck it, give it an 8. Give it an 8 out of 10, okay? 8 out of 10. Even score with Empire Strikes Back. I meant to say Empire Strikes Back. This is Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back. So there it is, 8 out of 10. What are your thoughts on Return of the Jedi? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe, and of course, may the Force be with you.